Hey, listen up, check it out. Shh. We didn't finish the entire session. We had to fast forward through a couple things. Well, let's be honest, we had to fast forward through 8 hours of things in this 1 hour session. So there's a couple things we left out. So I want to do a quick recap, but then really get to that stuff, that secret, that secret stuff that we left out, right? So there are 4 parts of kind of this session here: communication, cooperation, collaboration, and synergy, right? And communication was all about starting with rapport, earning trust, establishing credibility, and then focusing on clarity, making sure that we understand the goal in the relationship and the goal in the communication, because those two things are very different. And then cooperation. They're coming to find me. I got to get this done fast. First, we've got to agree on a common language, because we all have different meanings for the things that we say. And then develop an identity. How do we want to be remembered? And then set ground rules for how we want to act to make sure that we are remembered and we act congruently, moving towards what we really want and how we want to be thought of and talked about. And then expecting and appreciating conflict, because of course it's going to happen. Of course it's going to happen. And then as we move towards collaboration, we've got to forge shared values. And we have that conversation about what's most important. And Daniel Pink shared with us that the 3 biggest motivators are autonomy, mastery, and purpose. AMP, right? And then establishing a team charter. Now, we didn't get to this, so I want to give you this now. Establishing a team charter and the culture. So the charter is who we are, and the culture is how we operate, right? And then the two go kind of hand in hand. The charter is kind of your team purpose, your mission, the projects that you're taking on, the resources. And your culture is kind of your history and your bio and who you are and the vision and mission and moving forward, and the ethos or the culture, the spirit of who your team is, the code of conduct, things like that. So a big part of collaboration is understanding who you are, who the people are around you that you're connecting with, and where you're moving forward to, right? And then we define a collective vision. So we did the wave, and we use that as our metaphor. But then lastly, the other piece that we didn't get to cover is developing a collaborative strategy. So this is where collaboration really becomes key. We develop this strategy where we start with a bigger purpose, and then we boil it down to what's the vision that's going to get us to achieve that purpose on a very, very frequent, if not daily, basis. From the purpose to the vision, all the way down to the goals. And then the habits. The habits are things that we do every single day in how we communicate. I mean, habits make or break your life. We are creatures of habit. When you wake up in the morning, you walk like a zombie. You do the same thing you do the day you did before and before and before. And we do the same thing unless we change those habits. You know, people are people, and we usually do the things we usually do. You know, people who wake up on the wrong side of the bed, right? Constantly waking up on the wrong side of the bed, and they just have bad days. They constantly have bad days. They bring it upon themselves. You can give that person, they can win the lottery, $1 million, $50 million jackpot, and they'd be still thinking, well, I got to pay off my college loans or my kids' college loans, and I got to pay for my house, and I got to give the government 50% in taxes and all that. So at the end of the day, I'm really not doing any better than I am now. Miserable people. These people are terrible to work with, but they exist. They're around. Now, at the same time, you have people that wake up on the right side of the bed all of the time. They fall off the bed. Hey, it's a great day. I'm alive. I'm so glad. That was a good reminder that I'm alive. And these people are just as annoying as the people who fall off wake up on the wrong side of the bed, aren't they? Because everything's good, everything's amazing. It could be raining cats and dogs and zebras and dinosaurs, and they'd be thinking, hey, we just solved world hunger. This is great. Everybody get out of the way. But collect. We can do this. I'm going off a little bit, but we usually do what we usually do. The people who wake up on the wrong side of the bed, they typically do that. The people who wake up on the right side of the bed typically do that. We are creatures of habit, and it's the habits of our communication that make or break our team culture. Everything came back to culture, right? It's a communication experiment. It's an experiment in culture. And what makes culture tick? What makes everything tick? Well, communication. Communication is the connector. So the two things that I wanted to share with you are making sure that after you forge shared values and understand what we're all about, you develop that charter or that culture. And all those documents, the one pages of the vision, the mission, the manifesto, why we do what we do. What is this team? What is this organization? What is this company all about? So that everyone's on the same page, so that we can collaborate. And then, of course, moving to the collective vision, you've got to develop a collaborative strategy. So moving from the purpose to the vision to the goals to, of course, the plans, but then the habits, the daily habits. So good luck with this. I'll talk to you again soon. I gotta go.